building a rack for our snowmobiles. We want to lift them and put them on top of the mezzanine. And we have this pallet, but it's too short, so it's a blue pallet, so it's pretty sturdy. And all we're gonna do here is put some wood on top as supports. So the two outer pieces are gonna be for the skis, and then the center piece is gonna come back here, and that'll support the track. And this is such a basic project that we're not even gonna cut the extras. And then once we screw these down to the pallet, we are gonna put a sheet of plywood on top. The heavy duty plywood will support the bits that aren't covered by the wood. And then it also helps because the ski width is 42 inches and the edge of this pallet is only 41. So having that piece of wood on top, which is actually 48, will give more than enough support for the sides. So I'm going to get to screwing this down, and then I'll put the piece of plywood on top. Alright, so put 2 screws in each of those boards. Doesn't really need to be secured because there's going to be a snowmobile on top of it, and we're also going to strap it down. And then now we're going to get some bigger screws and screw down 3/4 inch piece of plywood.
Sure it's 3/4?
Yep. And all should be good. Okay, so all I did was put a screw in each of the corners. It doesn't really need to be too secured, just want to make sure it doesn't shift. It actually helps to have this 2x6 sticking out the end. That'll show us that it's actually the side for the track, and we're just gonna load up a snowmobile and then the skid steer can pick it up. So we got the first sled loaded up. It's a little tricky, caught the track on the edge of the plywood at first, but then we just threw it on a little further and it's all good. Pretty balanced too. So just throw a strap on there for safety and then pick it up. Go up a little bit. Okay, now in. We got the sled up here, and it was a good thing to have the strap, but it didn't move at all. And originally we were going to actually have the sled come off sideways and drive the skid steer into the mezzanine, but instead we just drove beside it and twisted the front piece on here. I think it'll work really well, and we'll just be able to pull it off onto the sled dollies. It's pretty simple. Just be careful, like don't walk underneath the skid steer, and just be comfortable with what you're working with. Okay, first sled's up. It was really successful, it's super easy, and that's it. It's up, felt safe about it, and now we're gonna put the rest of them up. Sled number 2 is up. You can see we just put a strap on the back over the tunnel, and then the other strap I had was just over the front of the skis here, just to be there in case something bad goes wrong. Okay, got 3 up here. A few more to go. All right, so we got the mountain sleds up here, and then we've got an oldie LAN and a JDX8, so we're gonna throw them up here too. Here we go, all done for the night. Got four mountain sleds and then the 2 older ones. So 6 total. Took us about 45 minutes to get them all up here. It's a pretty cool build. Right here on the skid steer pallet with just some boards underneath it and then 3/4 inch plywood. So I'm pretty pleased with what we did to get all of them up here. Thanks for watching. If you make it this far in the video, comment how you like to store your sleds. This 3/8 piece of plywood.
Whoops, 3/4 piece of plywood. All should be good. Just the quality control guy jumping in.
So now we're just gonna screw down